right, sit at 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2-minute warning. Oh, There's James. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. Anything exciting going on?
Not enough.
You see, I don't know if you listen to you're the mayor of Butler.
Yeah, I do.
I was gonna say, it's a nice way to say that, but I think, well, I didn't see 100 pounds. Let's just say that. 30. Wow, congrats, man. That's exciting. Exciting. Two amazing seats. What? All right, Tim.
Okay, here we go.
Here comes the energy.
Go time. Let's do it.
You got it ready? Hey, good morning. How's everybody doing? Good. Hey, I just saw our results, so I'm excited. Caesar and Brandy are on vacation down at Branson, having a blast, which they deserve. Wouldn't you guys agree? Guys, the things they do for Southland, and if I knew how to turn off my phone, I would do this. It's just, you guys, I can't even tell you what they do behind the scenes for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for a brokerage as a whole. Yes, we're 127 people, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and I've been doing this a long time, and this is by far the best leadership team, the best ALC leadership combo, and honestly, because of our results, by far our best agent combo. So in a market, keep this in mind, this is a market where people are squealing a little bit. Okay, have you guys heard that? In fact, the lady from Denver called me and goes, how bad's Kansas City? And I go, well, I mean, Kansas City's kind of flat, maybe down just a little bit in sales. But my office, and I got to step up with that. We had a massive year last year. We're matching it this year. Actually, now we're slightly ahead. I said, so we're getting our unfair share. And she's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing differently? I go, well, I don't know we're doing anything differently. I think we're just doing the old stuff better, right? Has anybody other than Fifes who are on top of the, cutting edge technology, right? Right? Right now, Paul's over there chat GPT and something I said, probably doing some fact checking or something. Well, technically, Kansas City's down 1.1%, right? But anyway, things are exciting. And again, I wish Brandy was here to celebrate. Knowing her, by the way, does anybody know if she's stalking us online? Okay. Because I told her, I go, hey, you're not here. There's no telling what we might say, right? What we might do, anything's possible, right? Well, while they're not here. But no, we want them to have fun. They have a cool house down in Branson. They have family joining them with the boat and just all that good stuff. It looks like good weather too. So let's lead off the way we lead off at Southland Partners with caring and sharing and good stuff. And I want to spend some time here, you guys. There's a lot of negativity out there. I'm done with negativity. I don't have any patience or tolerance for it. So let's think about some good things that are happening to your family and your business and things like that. Who wants to lead us off? Yes. Oh, the hands are coming up. I love it. Chrissy.
I would like to announce that I've been working really hard on my bakery, and as of this morning, I have an official business license with the city of Belton.
All right. Congratulations. Hey, in real, yeah, right. In real estate, if there's one thing we believe in, it's multiple streams, right? There's a lot of people in this office that have multiple streams, real estate related or other things going at the same time. So that fits well within that. So we look forward to gaining a lot of weight through your products, right? Okay, great. Can you make them sugar-free? No, don't. Joanna.
So we've had my son and his 3 kids living with us, and I get to leave and come to team meeting.
Yes. Well, I wondered, because Joanna's one of those people she's at everything. Yeah, you attend, you pay attention, you take notes, and we haven't seen you as much. And I'm just like, what's going on? Did we say something really bad? Did I use one too many cuss words? You never really know. And as it turns out, life was just happening, right? Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tony will be the one here till about 5, right? It's like when my mother-in-law's in town, I'm like, there's not enough appointments on my calendar, And the 1 hour meeting all of a sudden is 3.5. That's how that works, right? Yes, Rusty. Oh, that's exciting.
All the details because I actually didn't plan this one, but we are flying in Anchorage. We have a huge group of people that are going, and we're doing a RV convoy and it's going to all the different spots.
Gosh, that's so cool. And by the way, you just came back from Mexico. Is that wrong? Did I see that wrong? Okay, now we frequent Mexico. Yeah. The rest of us are trying to get there maybe once a year. You frequent Mexico. Yeah, yeah. And how long ago was it again you came out of the corporate world? It's been
I
5.
think I'm going on 6 years.
Has it been that long? Okay, it goes by fast. Goes by fast. Well, and another example of, if you don't mind me sharing the story, and I've said it 100 times, but 5, 6 years ago, you and I got together. You were coming out of the big job at Sprint, as I recall, but a lot of unknowns. Is that safe to say? Because one thing about having a job is at least you know if you show up, you're getting paid, right? In our business, we show up and we might get paid, okay? But we might get paid a lot. So there's that. So you were just like, hey, I'm doing this. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to go. And then you and Jay also launched the new business, all but at pretty much the same time. You talk about chaos, right? And now they're going to Alaska and they frequent Mexico, okay? So you guys, and one of the things I'm going to talk about today is vision and how to execute vision and things like that. This is one of these examples right here in our room today that has done that in the last 5 years. So guys, whatever you can think of and envision, as long as you're willing to pay the price and execute. By the way, it's really easy too. You and Jay don't work a lot. Probably no stress during that last 5 or 6 years, right? Piece of cake, right? Yeah. Easy, probably laid out in the pool a lot, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you were here, you wanted to get to here, and in between was a heck of a lot of work and stress and everything. And now you're starting to be able to reap some of those rewards. How exciting is that? Who else? Yes, Tim.
Mine goes hand in hand with that. I'm super thankful for our vendors. I think that Southland is so professional always. Our vendors, it's hard for me to even ever mention somebody else's name. I don't even know if she's in the country or what she's working on. I text her and she texts me back almost instantly. Friday, we were trying to get this house under contract and we need to get inspections done right away. So I just reached out to Ron. And Ron's like, hey, I don't really have any availability Monday, but I'll do it Saturday if we need to. And then I had a storm. I had a house that was listed and a tree fell on the deck and it hit the roof and ripped the gutter off. And so my people were trying to get their roofer out there and he was kind of non-responsive. I called JW. JW's out there the next day, gets stuff taken care of. I know we beat on Todd a lot last week, but Todd always our vendors, they're so responsive. They make us really shine at a high level. I'm really thankful for all of you guys saved me this week. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, give it up our vendor. And we don't really circle through a lot of vendors. If you notice that, we're kind of a stable organization. That's a little bit unique in real estate and vendor world, to be honest with you, because there might be somebody else willing to pay more money and all this kind of stuff. That's not really what we do. We try to build the relationship and stay there. It's much like our brokerage. We don't do a lot of turnover there either. So it's very similar. Tom, did you have something, buddy?
Yeah, just a little bit of a success story with some of the deals we worked real hard to get, right? It's just hard. But then sometimes, they just fall into your lap. So a friend of mine called me from New Jersey a couple of weeks ago and says, hey, I'm getting divorced and I'm moving back to Kansas City and I want to buy somewhere in Overland Park close to my 92-year-old mother who still lives independently in the thing. It's like, great. He goes, but I'll probably rent for 6 months and, kind of make sure I want to stay there or whatever and then go. Then I got a call over the weekend and it was like, you know what? I've kind of changed my mind. There's a place that went up in my mom's neighborhood. It's in the coming soon and I want to buy it. My mom's already been in it. I know what it is. Can we buy it? So called the other agent and it was one of those things where we weren't the only ones. It's a pretty popular thing. And so I had a conversation with her and I got a gut feeling and put an offer together, sent it over and then put his 92-year-old mother to work bird dogging in the neighborhood. Find the seller to tell her how great it's going to be for her son to live here. Right? And all of the above work.
Nice. Ryan.
I'm gonna talk for Alex, who doesn't get any success, this weekend, and, we got, resolution, signed off on for a buyer with Kelly. out on 203rd, that was a huge one, it was a big scope of inspections on the property, it's concerns with a couple of things, but we were able to get some answers on stuff and came to an agreement on it. I get the win for all parties, so again, it's big property and excited to see that.
Yeah, congratulations. And the part of that I also liked is Kelly Raby, an agent in our office. She's been in real estate for 20 years, longtime friend of mine back in my Coldwell Banker days. It took me 7 years to recruit her, but finally she called one day and goes, I think I'm ready, and just showed up. But high level of professionalism. She doesn't try to list and sell every house with every client. She works with kind of an exclusive group of tight knit people. So she has a really high level relationship with her clients. And that helps when there's a bump in the road. It really helps a lot. So, and then obviously we were in housing that. So we had, Southland. Now you had to represent your people. She had to represent hers, but I think it helped having somebody who's professional as her on the other end. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. Yeah. So good stuff there. That's exciting. By the way, $1 million deal, double dipping for Southland. Woohoo. Yes.
I had to win because I didn't get a client under contract. He sent me a property. He was like, ready to write the offer, send the cash offer, investment property. I did a little due diligence and spent half an hour on the phone with the city and determined there's a reason the current owners bought it 3 years ago, haven't done anything to it for 3 years because their agent, who for some reason they're letting sell it now, did not call the city and have this conversation. So the client, he was like, ready, let's write an offer. I'm like, says it's zone commercial. I don't think they're going to change it. Let me look into it. And yeah, they're not going to let anybody buy it or do anything with it besides tear them down. So
Interesting.
oh, that's that downtown Belton. It's 175. There's two like dilapidated properties. One of them,
Chestnut B.
yeah, one of them was a daycare or something. The city is not going to sell it to anybody besides a company that's going to tear them down and build townhomes. But he was ready to submit an offer, and that's what these people did in 2023, and that's why they're selling.
Cool.
Later down.
Give it up for Josh for not selling a house. Right. Hey, this is our first time celebrating failure. Nice job. Nice job.
It's a huge win for my client.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That agent didn't make a phone call.
Well, you would have got saddled into a mess and figured it out later, and that's bad juju. Yeah,
Thank you, Josh.
yeah.
Don't buy that unless they're gonna have a client that wants to build townhomes. That's what we see.
Shelby.
So long list of agents. So we had Scott Swagger and then Mandy Rowe and then Mary Austin and then myself. And we had two contingencies going all at once. And when I say stuff hit the fan, I mean every which direction hit the fan, and we closed everything last week.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
kudos to
That's a big win. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
The fan was busy.
Yes.
fly off the ceiling. It was-
You know what's cool about that one? That one didn't get to me. So I really like that. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I was golfing, so it probably wasn't going to help. It's probably good that it didn't. But hey, that was 4 talented people right there. 3 in our market center and 1 in OP. So those are talented people. No surprise you figured it out. Anybody else? Okay. Brandy's probably right. I go, Lonnie, move on. You got to get to training. Hey, I'll pass this out real quick. Shauna Barker, who was formerly in the warranty business or not, home inspection business. They're selling their house for sale by owner. She was very sweet and says, hey, I'll pay a buyer's agent, all this kind of stuff. If somebody will bring me a contract. She's got a beautiful acreage, Ray-Pac schools. So with a pool, who wants a pool? So $650. I'll pass some of these out. It doesn't look like there's quite enough for the whole group. So if you think it's anything you might have anybody for, take a copy and we'll probably post a picture of it. But she's been really good to us over the years and put us in touch with great business people. So we want to be sure we take good care of her as well. Is that cool? Yeah. She's in that ultimate predicament. She's got, 20 good friends that are agents. And if you pick one, you got a happy one and 19 frowns, right? That's kind of how that goes. Yeah.
You're leaving the state.
Yeah. She's moving out of state to be near grandkids. So the heck with everybody, right? There's that. Okay. Let's move on. Let's get to our vendors. I think I have the clicker. Let's try this.
Doing it all.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's just, I've turned the page. Tell me something good. Oh, we just did that. Oh, sorry. Oh my, yes. Lisa with Kofelt, tell us something good. Please give it up for Lisa.
Right, Lisa.
Ooh, she's moving fast.
Don't have a whole lot, just wanted to remind everybody of June 19th, which is a Thursday, federal holiday, we're closed, bank closed, workers office, all that good stuff. And then 4th of July is coming up, that's kind of an obvious one, but, it is on Friday. So kind of start thinking about that, because if you have Thursday buyers, you want to make sure they get in early on the 3rd so that it gets funded, otherwise it's not gonna happen until Monday.
When's Juneteenth again? I'm sorry.
19.
19.
So not this Thursday, the following.
Exactly.
Got that?
Next week.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect,
Yep.
perfect.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, Lisa. Good one. All right, Todd, wheel your ass up here. Sorry, Brandy. Sorry. Oh, okay. Nice. That actually looks a lot worse. Ah, that looks permanent.
Kicking it, sure I'm gonna fall. Anyway, yesterday was my first day of physical therapy, and so my physical therapist, her name is Alexis. She is not getting a Christmas present. Holy crap. Anyway, just nothing really big. Just want to let you guys know that right now I'm not spending much time in my office. It's under construction. If you guys know what's about to happen. I don't know. I think you shared it a few weeks ago. What's going to go happen, but we're going to open up a doorway between what was the conference room that Elisa would do her closings in, right into my office. So my Fairway team will be right here available to you guys should you need us. So in her business hours, we'll try to stay there as much as we can, keep the door open and all that fun stuff. So right now it's sheetrock stage and it's a mess. So there, and the attorney, I guess, is coming in and taking the back half of my office, and then I'm taking the front, and they're going to be able to be available here. So pretty excited about it. My son Cooper, I brought him on board 3 years ago when I came to Fairway, and I just want to teach him about how loans work. And boy, we had about a 2-year stretch where business is kind of slow. It's hard to learn. You know what I mean? When you don't have the activity, you need the repetition. So he's getting a lot of it right now. So anyway, any questions for us, just reach out. I might be working from Lee Summit a little bit more over the next week or two till they finish all that. But lastly, probably right now, this week is going to be a weird week for rates. You guys probably don't pay attention to it like I do, but every minute of the day, there's always stupid data that comes out. Right now, data is friendly for rates. So right now, inflation data is really, really good. A few years ago, I stood up here and I told you guys that inflation is the enemy of interest rates, right? So as inflation was doing this, mortgage rates and all rates were pushing up. But right now, the inflation data has been phenomenal. The last few months, it's been great. So at some point in time, that's going to trigger the Federal Reserve to want to go ahead and start to lower their rate. And I think it'll change the psyche a little bit on our consumer when they start hearing the Fed's lowering again. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean that mortgage rates drop immediately, but candidly, I think it's good for what our consumers have dealt with the last 3 years to start hearing that the Fed's on a downward bias and pushing rates down. Okay. So anyway, any questions for me, reach out, but I may not be available the next week or two just as they shoot up. Okay.
Thanks, Todd. What about the Apex girls? You guys got anything for us? Come on up. Give it up for Apex girls.
Apex girl.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Got the mic. So we're feeling a little bit of shift. I don't know if you guys are with the market, but Apex is. So when we have a shift in the real estate market, our phones start slowing down just a little bit. And that's okay. It gives us a minute to get caught up. So a few things. We just did a project for Lonnie and Amber. They just had somebody bore through their sewer line, which is a reminder, not their personal, but one of their rentals. But as a quick reminder to, that's why even on new builds, it is very important to have those inspections completed, because things like that happen all the time and you wouldn't know if you've never lived there and no one's really using the facilities. So just a reminder on the inspections. And other than that, thank you guys so much for sending work our way, and we greatly appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Hey, Rusty, are you guys approved installer in Johnson County, Kansas?
Yes, Johnson County, Miami County, Wyandotte County.
Okay. And then Jackson and Cass, of course, here and just
Yes.
and all these
Yeah,
areas.
all of Missouri.
Okay.
And Kansas, you have to take, what do you call that? You have to take a test in each county for them to let you work.
I see. Okay.
We are.
Cool, cool, cool.
Thank
So
you.
guys, they can service everything. And again, my first phone call was to our people, as it always will be. What else we got? Who did I miss? Matt is not here today, I don't think. Where's Matt? No, not here. Pillar to Post, Ron, we didn't see you last week. What's up, buddy? Give it up for Ron. You got here late, didn't you? I know. That's on me. I missed you somehow. Sorry about that.
So with the rainy season, kind of getting through that, we're seeing a lot of mold uptick in mold in houses. We can test two ways. If we see mold, if we see something that looks like mold, we can actually take a sample of it, a physical sample, send it to our lab. They can tell us, one, if it is mold, two, what kind of mold it is. If we can't see it, but suspect it's maybe there, we can do air sampling, which we take different areas of the home, suck some air through a special canister, and it collects any spores that would be in the air, send it to the lab, and they'll tell us again if it is mold or if it's mold was found, what type it is, and how high the concentration is. So it's kind of important. We don't want to put anybody in the house and get them sick or have some problems. So just want to talk about that. The second thing, I need your help on this. Yesterday, I showed up to a house, standing in front. Jordan's in the truck, checking out the roof with the drone. The client pulls in. I've been there maybe 5 minutes. She's standing in front of me with her back to the house, and we're about 15 feet from the garage. And I'm introducing myself and talking to her. And over her shoulder, I see a snake about that long, slithering behind her. I mean, she wasn't in danger, but she's telling me her husband will be there soon, the agent will be there soon. I'm thinking, should I tell her about this snake? Or let it go on its way?
It's not part of the inspection, Ron.
I know. My termite inspector gets there and I said, hey, cause she kind of wandered off and said, hey, there's a big snake right there and he shoots that way. My bugs kicks up. So as an agent, would you have wanted me to tell your client about that snake or just let it slip away? Because this was a dilemma. I'm like, that was doing.
So is this out in the country or no?
It was in Belton.
Oh, just in the
A
neighborhood,
little bit out, but
on acreage?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it was a common variety,
Not-
like snake, first of all, she probably doesn't have a mouse problem with the snake, right?
Seems like.
It does help with the bug. But you know, if it was a boa constrictor or an anaconda that had gotten loose, then I might tell.
It was just a big snake, but, I didn't know.
It's just
thought
not
you're
around.
asking tomorrow.
What do you guys think?
It's just nature.
It's inside, I'll not mention it.
What if the buyer freaks out
I know.
and says, I don't think I can live in the country?
Say, take a video of Facebook.
I did.
We actually had this happen at an inspection years back, and it was Dallas, and they were buying 10 acres, and there was a snake that was working its way into the house, and I did not want to grab a hold of that snake. It was at least 7 feet long, it was a black snake. And I didn't want to do that, and of course, the inspector tells the buyers about that, I'm like, this is gonna be good. And I'm like, well, it'll probably just work its way out of there pretty soon, you know, and he's like, no. If I just go up there and have a bunch of babies up there, you're making it really hard for me to sell this house. We worked through it, they bought the house, we still talk about that, we laugh about it a little bit at this point. But it was difficult to get over that, they were not sure if they were to buy that particular house because that snake was going up into the attic. But they had kids in the house and worried, so, but I think it's important to let them know.
Tricia, point counterpoint.
Turning on the lights and there was a snake in the house. So I caught it and put it out.
You should have called her.
And I left it at, well, the sad thing is I had to catch it in the seller's Tupperware, like a container.
Okay.
I didn't have a bucket,
Wow.
because it said, don't go in the garage because of dogs.
Right.
So I'm like, you limited me. I looked outside, the man showed up first and I said, just wanna let you know, I did capture little snake, put it outside. He goes, don't tell my wife. They won't come in. So we looked at the whole house and when we left, he said, do you guys wanna see the snake shoot? So I put it on social media and 99% of people said they would never have gone in that house had they known I had caught that snake. So good to know, you never know.
Interesting.
Did you take it outside? So leave it out?
I left the Aquarium snake outside. I took a picture of it, sent it to the listing agent, and I said, tell your clients, I'm sorry I had to rummage through their cabinets to find it. Plastic
Right.
container big enough for the snake.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, are you like, was that maybe their pet snake?
Yeah, the snakes. So we got a couple people not scared. Caitlin also would just grab it by the head. Okay, absolutely. So we have people that can take care of that, Ron. If you have any problems, it's a,
We don't want to.
yeah. Bottom line is, I don't know if there's a clear right answer there. You got to just use your best judgment. Yeah. Okay, let's let Ron finish, please.
Just to kind of catch on to what Lonnie said, you guys are doing an awesome job. Jordan and I had our best month ever last month, so.
Wow, there you go. Love to hear that. Who we got? Where's the Royal Gals? Where's she? I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? Come on. Who's coming up? Oh, I didn't know. I said gals, didn't I? Sorry. Come on. Who's coming up? It doesn't matter. Give it up for Royal.
I just want to reiterate, thank you guys very much. The last 2 months, I've had a lot of inspections I've done for you guys, more than I ever had. I've only been here a year. And we've had a lot of retail jobs that we've got on it. Like Tim said, I get text messages from you guys at 8, 9 o'clock at night. Then tries to call me at midnight. I usually answer and respond back immediately. And I try to get to you guys' appointments within 2 days. So I don't have anything new on the rookie side. Our prices aren't increasing. So as of right now, so we're good.
Cool. Thanks, JW. Appreciate it, man. All right. This is the calendar. I should have it memorized, but I don't. Tuesday, is today the 10th?
Yes.
Okay, we're having a team meeting today. At 11:30 today, we got the gentleman first. What's his name again? City of Raymore.
David Grass.
Yes, David Grass. Ryan.
And we've got the lunch portion, is Texas Roadhouse is coming in, they're bringing in salad and bowls.
Yeah.
And baked potato bar. So-
Perfect. So 11:30, we're gonna have Roadhouse food. We're gonna learn about what the heck's going on with the city that our building is located in. Not a bad idea to know. I don't care if you don't live in Raymore, your kids aren't in Raymore schools. Good to know what's going on in this city. People will ask you these things. You'll hear people talking about these kind of things at different events. Not a bad idea for you to be the one that can speak intelligently on it. You guys get that? And I honestly, I keep my head, and I don't read the paper if there is even a paper anymore. I miss out on some stuff. So I need to stay in tune myself a little bit more. Lead Gen Wednesdays, that's just what Wednesdays are going to be. Next Wednesday, just a reminder, 3 o'clock wealth building. We're going to drill down into how to get money for these different properties for yourself or your client. So we'll talk a little bit about hard money loans, what that looks like. Also some local bank options and what they might be able to do in addition to what the conforming market looks like, which is kind of Todd's arena. So the people buying rental property, investment property, not all of them have cash. When they have cash, by the way, it's pretty easy. Would you guys agree? Okay. Most of them, especially to get started in the flipping world and things like that, you're going to need to initially get some capital together. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. A few people have a lot of experience with the hard money. I'm not as familiar with it, but we'll talk a little bit about that. Thursday Mastermind, Stephanie's doing, is that right, Ryan? Okay, perfect. That means Ryan was supposed to do it. So now Stephanie will be doing it. So Thursday 30, think 30. 30 is the number of people we need on a mastermind call. Okay, we've been about 20 to 24. So I don't know why we phased off. Maybe we're not providing enough value. If that's the case, maybe we talk about doing it a little differently. I want you guys to spend an hour on the phone and actually come out of there with your questions answered, maybe something that's really eating at you. Joanna's the best. She gets on there with a problem, and then we all kind of group solve it. I love that. So maybe more of that, whatever you guys want, we'll take it down whatever path brings the most value for those 30 or 40 people that are on the call. Notice I just said 40 because that's my end goal of where we want to go with this thing. Do it in your jammies. do it from home, do it in your car, whatever, but we just need participation, okay? Now, some of you guys don't like to ask questions because you're shy or whatever. You don't want your picture up there. That's totally cool. But get in there. You guys good with that? Find that hour in your schedule. It will help Southland, and trust me, it will help you. And the next time somebody comes up and asks me a question that's on something we've trained to and talked about on that call 50 times, I might mention it. Okay. Oh yeah, that came up on our call 7 or 8 times this year, that kind of thing. Hint, 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 right? Okay. So that's how it works. We got some fun stuff going on. We got tech committee meeting. I don't know how fun that is, but 5:30 driving range. Good on.
Driving range, 5:30, Carpet for Less will be providing pizza and beverages of your choice that you can buy there, and all the balls that you can hit. We'll have some fun games, maybe try to raise some money for KW Cares. And yeah.
Go smack some golf
5:30
balls,
to
guys.
7:30.
Yeah.
If everybody can go into the post and tell me how many are gonna be there so we can kind of get a head count for food.
Not required, but it will help us.
Yeah.
Pizza to bring.
Yeah. Let them know. If you don't hit golf balls, sit there and watch people hit golf
Oh, yeah.
balls. There's nothing wrong
It'll
with
be a
that.
nice evening too.
Have a Coke, have a beer, whatever.
That's not a tech committee meeting, that's actually Josh and I teaching about AI at 2 on Thursday.
Okay.
So the second and fourth Thursdays at 2 every month, we're gonna be, as us, a good one will be teaching something techie. So, 2 o'clock Thursday, we're gonna go over, we're gonna start with just 3 simple things that ChatGPT can do for you. And it's really more of a hands-on in the room thing, probably not an easy Zoom thing, so, right, but you might want to be here, it should be fun, we're gonna dumb it down, so we can really explain it well, hopefully, and give you some resources.
Download ChatGPT before you come, please, if you're planning to. come.
Yeah. What I learned at a KW leadership meeting the other day is that the agents that are not grasping ChatGPT are already behind. Okay. And what's that? AI in general. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. But and I know a guy that hasn't really embraced it really well, and he looks a lot like me. But I realized yesterday we had a problem over in Kansas on a deal, and there was like 5 critical questions we needed answers on. Guess who had the answers? ChatGPT. What's required for this county to do this, this, and this? And all of a sudden, here comes all the answers and links and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, wow, how long would that have taken me to get those answers? Whereas now it's all right there in front of my face. So the reality is this is the new world we're in. You either get on board with it or you're behind. Okay. Doesn't mean you can't do business if you don't do it, but it might be a little harder. Okay. And the fact you guys run with AI stuff, really, you've led the charge. Okay. Now we'll slowly get adoption. You'll see that anything new for our people takes a little time. And then all of a sudden they hear other people using it. Then all of a sudden they're like, well, I guess I am going to need to do this. I'm one of those guys. Right. So we'll grow that. Sandy. Yeah. Yeah.
We would have to go to 10 different websites and read through half a page of
Yeah.
stuff to get all those answers so we can get all.
It's efficient. It's the new world. Okay. You can get all the answers at 6 in the morning while you're having your morning coffee. It's crazy. What else we got? So thank you guys for doing that, by the way, Fipes. What do we got here, Tom? Where's Tom? Carrie. O'Connor's.
Hey, I'm seeing enough.
Okay.
Yeah, join us on Monday for a class on networking. Carrie and I are both involved in a lot of groups, Chamber of Commerce. We're both members of a couple different boards, so just kind of go over with you what that looks like. We've done some classes through the chamber on this and do's and don'ts of networking. So, Tim did a great class on Monday. Sorry that a lot of you missed it, but you guys really need to be taking some time, if you have it, to attend these, because I bet you'll pick up a nugget.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I would say with all of our training, depends on the type of class, but if there's not a certain number of people that want it and see value in it, we won't have it. So you guys decide what we're going to ebb and flow these things. I like the idea of having something on Monday morning because it forces people that don't have a set schedule, called realtors, it forces them to engage the business right out of the gate at the start of the week. You guys get that? Versus waiting till Tuesday team meeting or, God forbid, Thursday's call. You're engaging something in the real estate business right out of the gate. You guys get that? So to me, it makes a lot of sense. But we gotta we want to do what you guys want. You know, at the end of the day, we want to be sure we're providing value. ALC is next Tuesday, so our leadership council there. Again, wealth building Wednesday. We'll have about 90-minute meeting on wealth building. We'll go over here to Johnny's patio, which is really cool, and you know, have some food, maybe a drink or something like that. And then again, we're closed on Juneteenth. Yes.
Sorry, ALC starts at 9:30, right?
It does, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I so, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you're.
9:30.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
9:30.
That means most of you guys will roll in at 9:32. I know how you do it. Yes, Christy. You do not, but there will be a point where if we've done 4 or 5 of these and people have yet to attend, we'll either just ask you, what are you going to do differently? So if somebody starts to say, hey, I want to participate, but I chose not to for the first 3 or 4, we'll just say, okay, what's that look like? That's a group that we want it to be a small knit group. So 10, 20, 30 people. There was 35 people at the first 2 meetings. Okay. And probably 15 or 20 of us went over for cocktails, but it's where we're trying to create a group within a group, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And if investing and wealth building and all that doesn't appeal to you, that's cool. I mean, this isn't mandatory. Okay. No one's going to say, oh, somebody's not here, but we want it to really be a group that can be resources for other people. I want to get it to the point where when somebody needs something in the investment world, like, hey, who's the guy to go to for insurance for a flip house? Boom. Here's 3 answers, just like we use on our public page. Does that
I
make
need
sense?
Answer today.
What's that?
I need that answer today.
There you go. You might post it out there. Okay. Nathan Priest has a guy, by the way. Okay. Yes.
I just wanted to talk about the networking class. If the idea of networking makes you want to puke, come to the class. Because we're going to talk about different ways to make it your way, so it's not scary. So if you're an introvert, please come.
Networking, guys, there's all these things you can spend money on to try to garner business. Networking is the one thing that for the most part doesn't cost any money. Okay. So it's something we all need to be doing. Many people that are really successful in real estate, and you see their names on a lot of signs, they're not buying Zillow leads. They're not doing this. There's 2 things they're doing for the most part. One is they have an amazing database and they touch base with it, and they just do a lot of networking. And they've created these massive businesses. Ashley Dwyer with Reese Nichols, good friend of mine, that's really what she specializes in. She's great at networking. She has an amazing sphere of influence, and she caters to the sphere constantly. You guys get that? And now she's built up a $10 million business. So, in just a handful of years. So good for her. All right, we'll move on. Unless anybody has, stop me if there's anything. Again, Juneteenth. The office will not be staffed. Feel free to come in and work. Obviously, the office is here for you at any time. Okay, let's talk about meat and potatoes for a second. Buyers, listings, and open houses. Who's got listing? Let's go on the listing side. What do you got? Darren, lead us off.
So I'm going to run for the mayor of Butler, and got a listing down there.
Oh, okay.
That this office is already sold.
Yeah.
It's all brick. It's all brick. It's coming out Saturday or Sunday. Half-acre yard, 2-car garage, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. It's going to be $195.
Okay. Perfect. Now, Butler, just so I know, Butler's in our MLS. Is that right? Okay. And efficiently, people in Butler look in our MLS. Okay.
And it's
Good enough.
across from the high school.
Across from the high school. Good to know. Yes.
One is on Butler. We also have one coming up in Butler, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Basement, no garage. Putting in at 140.
There's $140,000 houses in Butler. Good to know. James, tell me about what do you guys think for Butler? Okay.
Got 1 2-bed, 2 bath listed at 152.9. We've got a 3-bed, 1 bath. Will be pretty much completely remodeled on the inside. At 199. And then one other one. It's a 4-bed, 2.5 bath. Kind of beat up. It's gonna probably be
Fantastic. Guys, we're doing a lot in Butler.
we gotta sell. We gotta find buyers.
Yeah, I know. And that's what Clinton and Butler kind of have that same makeup. It's like we get these listings out there, they look all fine, and then where's the buyers, right? Yes. What do you got?
One in Butler. It's a 3-bed, 2 bath.
This is Butler Day.
2-car detached garage. It needs some love, 175. We have another one on the outside of Butler on just a little bit over an acre. 2 outbuildings, 2-bed, 1.5 bath on a basement, super cute. Just dropped it to 275 or 260.
Sounds like we need a Butler office. What do you think, guys? Yeah. Gosh, dang. Brian. Okay. Yeah.
In Cunningham, it's a 1.5-story, 5-year-old house, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, partially finished, storeroom down there, but it's got finished space in the basement. Backs up to the west, so you got great sunsets out there, and, that one's coming on at 525. So, got another one coming on in Grandview, that one's gonna be on 126th Street. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, raised ranch. I'm telling you what, people that live here, I sold them the house about 10 years ago. They are meticulous on everything that they've done on this house. They have maintained it, upgraded it, and prepped it for this sale. This house probably will not be on the market very long. It's coming on at 300,000, has a pool in the backyard, shed in the backyard. Everything has just been touched on this house. They've upgraded the kitchen, opened it up, and have more, newer floor plans, 3 or 4-year-old house, but again, roof just got redone. Roof contract that.
Perfect.
And so again, beautiful house, 300,000 grand. If you have anybody looking in Grandview. We've got one more right now that's getting ready to go on. Alex is working on this one. It's in Remington right here on Granada. It's gonna be a 4-3. It is a front to back split. Great house, tons of square footage. And it even has the sub basement in the house as well. So they've got that area finished down there too. So tons of square footage in this house. And that one's going on at 360 this weekend.
Does that have 2-car or 3-car? Oh, nice, nice.
3-car on the one and
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, cool, cool, cool. Buyers, sellers, keep going. Let's go. It's what we do. Yes.
He's moving to a retirement center. It is gonna have to be cash or conventional. It's in pretty good shape. We've priced it under market value. She cannot
Yep.
make any repairs.
Okay.
And isn't really
Yep.
motion. Needs basics, carpeting, paint, it needs a dash. The
Okay.
deck won't pass it.
All right. What's the price?
225.
225. And what area of Belton? Okay.
Over by the high school.
Yeah,
So
okay.
there's 2 houses up that just listed for 275.
Okay.
You're going in with equity.
Yeah, if somebody's got the money or can do the work, or Todd can get them a 203K, by the way, you can finance all that in there if you just know the strategy behind it. So, and keep that in mind as a listing agent. That is another path. Somebody's like, oh, well, we need a low down payment loan. Oh, there's something called the 203K that will be the same. And they can renovate that house, tie it all back up into their mortgage. Another tool to get those houses moved to cast a larger net. Paul?
I've got a couple really wanting to move. Framework, if you have something coming up.
Joanna is the mayor of Morning View.
We don't get to sell their house till we find one in Morning.
Okay, and they can buy it without having to sell theirs? Oh, okay, good. That's a game changer. Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Tim,
Tom.
go. You had your hand.
I've got 3. One just hit the market this past weekend. It's a crazy property. It's at Lake Winnebago. 7,000 square foot, 5-bed, 5.5 bath. It's a $4 million property, but it's on the water with 120 feet of lakefront. Comes with the dock, the boat. I mean, it's a sick property. So then we got 2 going live. One in Independence that's right behind the community college at like Polkey and 24. Freshly renovated. It would be like a great first home for somebody. That one is a 3-bed, 2-bath, like a raised ranch floor plan, 2-car garage. That's hitting the market Thursday at 220. And then one in Shawnee at 79th and Lackman. That's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, and it has a ton of updates. Like they just had a new roof, new windows, a new interior and exterior paint. They remodeled the kitchen in the last like 3 years. Super sharp. That's going to be hitting on Thursday as well at 450.
Go back to the $1 million, 4 million. What was that?
Yeah, it's a crazy property.
Where's it located again?
Winnebago.
Okay.
It's on South Shore.
Oh, yeah.
It's 4.2. It's right
Would they
on
take
South Shore.
4-1?
They probably would.
Okay.
yes. Well,
Shit, that's my limit.
They probably would. There's nobody behind him
Yeah.
though. It's obviously.
So guys, we got Butler covered and 4 point
Yes.
something million, and
Yes,
that's awesome.
correct.
Yeah.
2.7 acres, South Belton, 205th in Cleveland, basically. A 1.5-story earth protected home. The 2.7 acres is amazing. It's just, they've always, if you look at the pictures, you'll see the lines in the grass. So you have a 2.7 acre yard. 30 by 40 outbuilding, just beautiful from the front with a covered porch. great home, the original owner built in 1984, double wall, at the time it was a double wall concrete construction, so this is, yeah, just fantastic house. 549. Raintree Lake coming up, next week, finally, we're getting close. I was over there and the painting's done and the carpet's going in today. Raintree Lake, a 1.5 story, 4-bedroom with a pool. It didn't have a kitchen remodel, but we did, the complete interior's been painted. It will have some new carpet. Bathrooms are nice. It's a great home. Exterior is gonna need some paint and they've just decided not to do that. But anyway, 429.9, Raintree. Easy Button Properties just, recently purchased a home here in Raymore that we are completely giddy about. So 1,800 square foot ranch, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, not a lot. It is in super fantastic shape. Is a little bit dated. We have a couple different options on how we'd sell that. So if you have somebody, interested in maybe taking it pretty much like it is, which is move-in ready, we'd probably do something in that lower 3s. And we have, once we get in it, we'll decide how much we want to put in it.
Is
So
there a pool there too?
there was not a pool there.
Not a pool there.
No.
But the yard is really great too.
Yeah.
How many beds and baths?
It's 3, 2.
Me too.
And the
Yeah.
first one was how many?
The first one is 4, and that is, 2 fulls, 2 halves, maybe 3 fulls, 2 halves. 2 fulls, 2 halves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, we got a lot of inventory coming. Who else? Keep going. This is what we're here.
Iron needs up to 280, 3-bed, 2-bath. They want immaculate. They don't know how to do nothing if they don't want to. Blue Springs or Odessa.
Hmm.
This
Dang, I had one for them in Belton.
And then one up to 260, 270, Excelsior, Kearney, that area.
Yeah.
And then up to 3 Belton. Again, he's an engineer and he's very picky and he doesn't want to do anything out of house. So immaculate up to 3 in Belton.
See me on that one. Yes, Rusty.
Where they stole my sign before.
Oh,
But we're gonna turn that into a positive, we're gonna march on that, do a price improvement that is on 2 acres, 3 huge bays. You can use it for multiple things, you can live in it while you work out of it, whatever, put your boats. But whenever you guys meet for that, if you wouldn't mind to help me share and put that out, burn out there. Second, I have a listing going live, hopefully next week, it'll be in, Lone Jack, Lee Summit address, 4-bedroom, walkout basement, ranch, beautiful home, 40 by 60 outbuilding, 3-car garage.
Nice.
It has a concrete driveway all the way through with beautiful garage repairs all the way down. So, 725 is what.
beautiful. That sounds like a great one. Yes, Mickey.
An acre and a half. 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch, basically. It's got an above ground pool deck, outbuilding, outside garage, detached garage, has attached one, attached garage, one on the side. There's a half barn or something in the very back, but you can have chickens, all kinds of things back there. And then across the street from that, it'll be listed Wednesday, and it's in Kansas City. It's an acre, stock pond. They have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, redid the whole inside, everything's all painted and redone. Nice deck, hot tub. It's a nice area. I never knew that area existed off of, what is it, Blue Ridge, way out there. It's called, what, Blue Ridge Farms? Never even know. They're all acre to 2-acre lots. Nice
Wow.
quiet area.
Yeah.
Didn't know it existed. Mickey, where was the first one that you mentioned? One in Raytown, what you say? No, they're both in Kansas City, but they've got the acreage back there, kind of more towards Martin City, outside of Grandview, going towards Martin City.
Yeah, another area. Ryan.
I've got another one we had on a couple weeks and, it's in Harrisonville, it's right there at 49-7. And it's gonna be a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 3-car garage, 2-car tandem on it. It's just under 5 acres out there by the airport, we're about 7 years old. Quite a bit, touched up on as far as exterior paint, interior as well. Gorgeous home, great setting out there, right out there in the open country. So, got any acreage buyers in Harrisonville? It's that one, that's at 560.
Perfect. Anybody else? Yes, Tricia.
It is
feet. They only built it, completely customized it and closed on it in September and have to move. So it is completely almost new. We have 9 months old on this thing, so we're listening at 719.
Okay, gotcha.
3 fireplaces for this.
Yeah. So when that happens, guys, it happens. People build a new house or buy a new house and they have life changes, right? That can be kind of tricky because people are like, why are they moving? All that kind of stuff. Just be really forthright. Hey, job change, whatever the situation is, so they understand that there's nothing wrong with the house. There's not the crazy neighbor, although there may be a crazy neighbor. Got
See it.
Yeah.
They almost have.
Yeah, I know right where that is. Okay, who am I missing? Joanna?
Here on, right on 58 in Appaloosa, it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. They bought it 2 years ago, totally remodeled the whole house. So it's very nice, coming in the corner tonight, it's a story and a half. Actually, there's 2 bedrooms down and 2 bedrooms up, so it's coming on June 21st.
Okay, that's right here. You should get a ton of calls on it. Yes.
Mary Austin just posted something in a group and said you can take a look at it.
Okay, good. Good. Yes, one more.
Got another one that I just want to hear. It's not going live until July, but it's in Belton behind the hospital. 3-bed, 2-bath, completely ADA compliant. One of her clients is in a wheelchair, so it's wheelchair accessible. The other neighbor body. It's beautiful home, ranch on a slab. Very well maintained, coming on at 325.
Wow, great. We got some momentum. Anybody else? Buyer, sellers, open houses? Yes. No, it's a secret. Yes, I can. 220, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. Really, really nice. Cute. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, yours is cheaper.
And don't get 195. Where we at? It's that's a good question. It's 608 Walnut. You know where the porch swing is? Post office, right down there.
And what is, how much,
195. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, there's 2 to pick from the Southland office. How about that? Pretty good stuff. Okay. I know. How many of the houses did we just talk about that haven't been posted in any way, shape, or form? Well, guys,
send and have my buyer go drive by and then do.
yeah, you guys, it doesn't hurt to post them. No, you're not hurting anybody's feelings. Post it more than once. Okay. It's okay. This is all using technology to our advantage. So anybody else have anything else before I finish with one? We're good. All right. I told you guys about this Belray Estates where Todd and I grew up, 170th Street. This lady bought the house new 36 years ago. Okay. I walked in the house. First of all, when you pull up, it looks like a dollhouse. It is impeccably maintained inside. Now it stands out from all the houses, right? So I was excited to go in. I go in, there's the original carpet, 36 years old, sculpted carpet, impeccable condition, as if no one had ever walked on it. Okay. And she's got some grandma stuff with a little bit of wallpaper and all that. But the house she has put new siding on it. It's got thermal windows. The roof isn't very old. And she just put new HVAC. Somebody is getting a house in Belray for $265 that is as turnkey as it gets. The unique thing is they custom built it with 2 bedrooms and 2 baths on the main floor and their laundry up there. Okay, that's what they wanted. Now their lower level family room is finished and that potentially could be a 3rd bedroom, but it really is better served as a rec room and has a half bath. So $265 if somebody doesn't have to have 3 bedrooms. Okay, a lot of these bachelor types or newlyweds, they're going to use 3 bedrooms as minimum criteria, but technically they don't need it. Somebody can walk in. She's probably spent $20,000 if you add siding, windows, roof, and HVAC, maybe even more than that. And this, like I said, it is golden. And I'm kind of pissed that we don't have somebody. Where's the net? In the queue on this, because some young couple is going to walk into just an amazing situation. Needs a little updating. If that blue sculpted carpet's not your thing, I could probably put a $4,000 allowance and you can pick your color at closing, one of those kind of things. So she does need 60 days to move. She's transitioning into the retirement community, which is great. She will actually leave all of her furniture for the right people at no charge. She's just a really neat lady. Otherwise, we'll sell it for her. Not a big deal. But this is a unique situation. I don't run into these a lot. This is it is the Cadillac of what it is. I will tell you that. So think about anybody you know buying their first house, young couple. get that information to them. It's like I said, it'll be one of those, you get a client in a house like that where okay, I can look past it, maybe some wallpapers to her taste, or I'm going to use this allowance, which we can put into the contract and you can pick out your new carpet, that kind of thing. If they can live with the 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, that's the wild card. Yes. 265. 265. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? I don't want to miss anybody. God, we spent a lot of time there. That's exciting. Jesse, how are you? How big's the baby now? I just saw you back there. You're hiding. Oh, we're getting close. Okay. So projected due date? August 14th. Okay. You should have in real estate terms, you should have a shirt with your belly that says coming soon. Right? I'll call KW on that one. All right. Right now, Brandy is on the phone figuring that out. I know her well enough, right? Yeah, you're good. Care committee. Who's here with the care committee? Anybody have anything to? Okay. Yes. Yeah.
The subject this is going to be share with each other places that you've been to in the Kansas City area or some special trip. Like how many of you know that Travis and Mahomes are still in a restaurant now?
Yeah, it's built.
And it's called what, 1587?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you seen Steamboat Arabia?
Oh yeah, I've never been there. Yeah. Yeah. So this is for the lunch bunch?
Yeah.
Okay, and when is the next lunch bunch? Sorry? 25th. Okay, perfect. That's fun. That's a great concept. So we can not talk about houses for just a little while, have some food, talk about those kind of things. Yeah, that's awesome. I wish I was going to be here for that. Many times. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. There's a lot. We got World War I Museum, the Negro Baseball Hall of Fame. It just goes on and on. But you know what? We got to actually get in our cars and drive to get to those things. So we all stay in our little world, right? Okay. Yeah, I like that. Things to do. I saw in a magazine, it says Kansas City's best patios the other day. That was cool. I mean, just go in and have iced tea. Yeah. Nice.
They're brand. And then for Spencer for dentistry, and now they're in the Midwest, so it's crazy. But people like that would love to have that type of information. So go to that, drop that down, and give that to your online folks.
Yeah, not to speed over the important part there. You were at our, was it one of our conferences? Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Family reunion in Vegas, okay, which, you know, can be a lot of fun, but you can actually get some business contacts done. And this turned into an amazing business relationship for you, right? How cool is that? Yeah. And by the way, Tim just had an open house contact that took forever to finally turn into a deal. And it just turned into two.
Turned into 2 deals.
Yeah, about $800,000 worth of business.
That's right.
Guys, if we do the work, stuff, it shows up at some point. You just have to believe in those stories.
That's right.
I promise it.
Hold an open house a year and a half ago, and then just continued following up with some people that I met there.
Yeah.
Turned into their listing, and then while hosting an open house at that listing, picked up a buyer, and we just put them under contract over the weekend. So yeah, thanks.
Guys, if you do the work, it shows up. I promise. Lunch and learn today at 11:30. Who's plans on sticking around for David today and eating? Okay, yeah, it's amazing what food will do. So please be organized in here at 11:30, even if he's not ready to start. Is that cool? Versus us doing what we usually do and come traipsing in all throughout. Somebody's talking. This is a big guy with the city of Raymore. We are the prominent real estate company in the county. Kind of want to make a good impression. You guys good with that? That works. Yeah. So think about that. Let's see what else we got. Calendar. I think we hit that pretty good. All the stuff's out there on our page. Let's see. Tech committee announcement. What do we got here, Paul? Any idea? This is Thursday. Oh, this is what you're talking about, right? I'm sorry. I didn't know I had this up here. Yeah.
Thursday, June 12th, 2 p.m.
Yeah. Be there. All right.
A little before 2.
Yeah, there you go. Not 2:05. We're realtors, Paul. That's how we do it. Tim, you got the next session of 6 personal perspectives.
That's right. We're on break this Monday because the O'Connor's networking class is this Monday. So then we're picking right back up with steps 3 and 4 on Monday, the 23rd, and wrapping it up on Monday, the 30th.
And by the way, moving from E to P just means all the brilliant ideas you have that you can never put into action, it's actually figuring out how to get it into action. Okay. So take an entrepreneurial mindset into purposeful mindset, which means ideas into money. Okay. That's there's a nice way to say it, but that's really what it comes down to.
We didn't step on his toes. There was this hole that he didn't fill.
Okay.
We didn't push him out of the way.
That's okay.
Tom and Carrie just push me out of the way.
All right. That's how it works, man.
On the AI tech committee, have you guys ever had to make a duplicate key for a front door to throw in the lockbox? Like the homeowner didn't have, they only had like the one key and you ever had to make a duplicate? And it was like rough and jagged and didn't really open the door very well, or you had to like jiggle it. I got stuck having to use the like little auto key maker at Walmart the other day. And it has an AI program where you can get an enhanced key. The tech committee thing made me think of that. And the AI like predicts how the new key should be cut, and it cuts it with rounded points on it. And the key spit out, and I was like, there's no way this thing is going to unlock the door. But I tried it anyway, and it was like super smooth, and it cut it rounded. So anyway, AI is now in the key cutting business at Walmart, and it was the best key copy I'd ever had made.
So cool. Driving range for Thursday, we talked about 5:30. Temperature is going to be great. Pizza, drinks. Just you guys carve out the time. Broker stuff. We got. Darren. Give it up for Darren.
All right. He's the DJ.
Whole list.
Oh no.
I'll be quick though, because we're kind of running long.
Yes.
Come on.
I think so.
There's a light, so. Clicker.
Oh, yeah.
I got stuff, man. All right, real quick on a listing. Some of you guys are doing this, some of you guys are not. If there is a unrepresented buyer, put something there. You never know, somebody might want to look at your own listing. Yesterday, I sold my own listing. Thank you. And that was there. So there was no headaches, no speed bumps, no whatever. Another thing that's a little confusing from last August, well, from forever, we don't do dual agency. Keller won't let us. And we can't do a buyer agency if we have a listing. Right? Okay. I saw this, I think it was on Facebook probably, one of those ads that comes up. And I thought this was brilliant, and I've never done it. If you're doing a buyer consultation, bring all 3 forms. Tell them what this looks like. If you're doing a listing, bring all 3 forms. You can go through the 18 pages of the contract and tell the seller what to expect. They might not have sold a house for 13 years. 13 years ago, it was probably a 12-page document. When I started, it was 2. But bring all 3. Print out blank copies. Bring all 3. If they're ready to list, fill it out. If you get them as a buyer agent, fill that one out. I just thought that was brilliant, and I've never done it. Bring the whole thing. I found that interesting as hell. Where's the jar?
Yeah. All right, Brandy.
Tina Team, Agent Kickstart. I've been trying to watch as much of those as I can. I didn't want to be on your bad list. This is perfect for a FSBO. Memorize that 71% and tell them that FSBOs are the reason there are lawsuits involving real estate. I mean, it speaks for itself. I thought that was brilliant. Tina Team, Agent Kickstart. I don't know how many of you guys are watching it. I'm getting a kick out of it. I've been in business longer than her. And yesterday I saw one with her and Brandy Smith. They did role play stuff, and it was brilliant. I've been in business longer than both of them. Okay.
You're done?
No.
Oh.
There was stuff I didn't have time, and there's no meeting next week, so I wanted to cover some of these, and I didn't have time. I didn't think of these things Friday to send them to Lacey. Again, from Agent Kickstart, I believe. When you're meeting a buyer at a house, meet them at the car. Tell them to be careful what they say because every house has security systems and audio and video recording. Tell the buyer to shut their mouth when they're in the house, especially if they're interested and if they want to make an offer or whatever. Tell them not to criticize a whole bunch of stuff because that's just not nice. But let them know they might be recorded when they're in the house. There's a really good chance of it. If you're meeting with a FSBO, again, you can let them know that agents screen the buyers. We already have pre-approval letters on them. There's a lender out there that has their name, address, and social security number. So we're not bringing random people into their house that are going to steal their prescriptions. Quick story, me as a FSBO 30 some years ago, right before I got into real estate, I tried to sell my own house here in Belton for $63,000. Couldn't do it, listed it, sold it for $68,900. You take 6% off. I netted $64,766. I was trying to sell it for $63 and couldn't. Had the ads in the KC Star and all that fun stuff. Couldn't do it. Oh, snake story real quick. So I'm showing a house in Belton years ago. I knew the owner, but it wasn't my listing. Showing the house, I'm walking through, opening the doors for the bedrooms. There was this one bedroom. I opened the door. It's all blackout curtains, looking for the light switch, and I hear a rattlesnake. So I shut the door. It was in a terrarium and all that fun stuff, but I had no idea. They didn't buy the house. At a home inspection, don't overshare your knowledge. At a showing, don't overshare your knowledge. You're not an inspector. Just be brief. Don't get us in trouble. One last story. I've been doing this 30 years I've been full-time since April of 97. I wanted to share just real quick, especially for anyone that's halfway new, only been doing this a couple of years. May of this year, I had 0 closings. The office did good. I sucked. I had nothing to close in May. My fault, I'm sure. Also in May, I got fired from a listing. That was okay with me because it was just going that way. I got rejected for a new listing. I got called in. They interviewed 3 like they're supposed to do. I wasn't the winner. Sandy and I talked about that one. That was fine. This week, I sold my own listing and I should have 3 new listings coming on this week. So that's how quick, don't give up. It ebbs and flows, and we'd all love to have that perfect 3 closings, 3 listings every month, but there are dead months. I just went through one. So that's it.
Good job, Darren.
Aaron.
So I'll finish him. I'll use 5 minutes and then we'll kind of get prepared for this out for the lunch meeting. Darren's been doing this a long time. I have too. If you guys think that the most experienced person in the organization doesn't have setbacks, I think you just heard some. You hear that? And you guys have the one setback and it crushes you like a bug. Okay. So if you're going to do this, you're going to have some setbacks and you may go in a role where you have multiple setbacks. That's just how this business works. Your coconut's going to have to get you through that. Okay. You have to just persevere through that. Now, Darren didn't decide to quit. He didn't come in and say, I think I'm done with real estate. He just kind of put his head down and he's going to have what's going to end up being a really nice quarter, it looks like. So guys, everybody has these moments, these highs and lows, not just you. So how you respond to it is the most important thing. Okay. I'm going to hit this one aspect. I'm going to save some stuff for next time, but I love this comment, quite frankly. It says the common denominator in all my failings or stalled efforts. Guess what it might be? The common denominator in all my failed efforts or stalled efforts is me. Okay. So you guys, you can continue to do things the way you've always done it. You likely will get the same results. At some point, you choose to pivot or you don't. So when does the pivot happen? Okay. For our office, we chose to not just be status quo. So I'm going to share some numbers for you. Last month, 2024 in units, we were celebrating in here with 66 closings. Last month, you guys got 83, which is the second best ever for the month of May. Yeah, about that. Volume, also second best May ever. 18.8 million last year, 23.3. That's almost 30%. That's in that 30% bump. a big number. How about this one? You think this doesn't tell us what's going to happen in the next 60 days? Contracts written volume. So it's the contracts you're writing and the volume on that. Guys, that's how we get paid, right? Last year it was 26 million, and that was a record at the time. Now the new all-time record for May is 29.8, so 10%. So all-time record for May. Contracts written are so important, right? So where this is filtering down to, the second piece of that is listing sold volume. That is the two precursors, contracts written and listing sold, and the volume on that. The previous record, 9.3, got crushed by 11.1. Okay, that's about a 20% bump. So the Brandy Caesar leadership team, our ALC, they've got the train running pretty good in spite of a little bit of headwinds in the market. So really excited. And where does all that lead? Gross commission income last May was 552, and that was great. We were excited. It was not a record, but it was good. 683, so 550 to 680, which is the second best May ever. So guys, the numbers for our collective group are happening. Let's be sure we're getting you in that group, okay? But back to that thing, the common denominator on all my failed efforts or stalled efforts is me. By the way, there's a big difference from stalled and failed. Okay, you guys get that? Stalled means we're just not quite launching, okay? Failed means we have failed and we've given up, or something just did not come together. We've all been involved in something that just didn't happen, okay? It was a failure, epic failure, whether we launched a business or we tried this marketing technique or whatever. That's okay. Keep trying. You know, there is no try that, but keep trying different things. Keep listening to what other people are doing to have success. This is a rip off and duplicate business. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. I would, if you sit down with me, you're going to get back to just the very basics, right? I'm going to get my stupid trying got that you guys all hate. We're going to talk about the 200 people in your database, the top 40, and I'm going to tell you how there's hundreds of thousands of dollars in there, and either you're going to call them or I am or somebody else, okay? That's really what it comes down to. So if we can get back to the basics and think of that. Now, in the meantime, you got Fifes over here with AI. They're plugging some things in. Tim with some mindset stuff. We're going to bring a lot of value. Our investment club. We got a lot of different cool initiatives. So plug and play where you choose to. But I'm excited about our results. I've got some more training stuff I'll save for next week. But anyway, let's have a great week. If anything comes up and you need help, we are a little thin staffed this week, okay? But be patient and we'll certainly see that you get taken care of. Is that cool? All right. See you later.
Real quick.
Oh, one more.
You guys have been doing phenomenal on the 10,000 stuff today, and I'm so proud of you guys. I think it's been a great baseline of a discovery to see how little we all do walk. So if you haven't joined and you still want to join, you're more than welcome to. We will do a drawing tomorrow for the folks that turned in all of their numbers. So pay attention to the page and you'll have a little prize. Thank you guys.
Good job. Thank you.
You get touchdown up or two.